because the American people are telling you over and over again, we're not in support of this. So maybe for once, would you listen to your constituency? Poll them like you poll everything else. They will tell you they do not want one goddamn freaking dime going to starve a whole people or ethnically cleanse and continue this genocide. With that, I want to introduce Musab. I'm so sorry. You're going to kill me. Musab, who's an amazing poet and writer. But today I learned that he was a teacher and who loved his students. And it breaks me to tears to hear him talk about how he doesn't know where the whereabouts is, but how one of his favorite students was taken away so early. You know, Musab, I continue to tell my colleagues all the time, why is it that Palestinian children don't deserve to grow old? Why is it that you think they're as disposable? Why is it that you don't understand a child is a child, no matter their ethnic background? Sometimes I wonder if they closed their eyes and pretend they were Palestinians, if they would act. And so I know through art, through beautiful ways of trying through words of our pain, that we're trying again to move people with us. But I know again, our country is moving. Even if the institution that's continuing to be broken behind us doesn't move, we're gonna make them move. With that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Representative Rashida Tlaib, for your words. In fact, I lost so many members of my family, over 50. Some of them are still under the rubble. I myself am a survivor of the genocide. I was abducted by the Israeli forces for 3 days. I'm a father of an American citizen. Okay. I'm a father of an American citizen. We were in Gaza. Our house was bombed on October 28, 2023. And we were lucky because no one was inside the house. We already evacuated it, but we got no calls from anyone, not from the Americans, not from the Israelis, that they would bomb our house. Otherwise, I wouldn't be standing here. I lost so many of my students. Hatem Zanin and Harith Naim are just one of them, two of them. And I came here to talk about some of the latest news that I'm getting from Gaza. I just prepared this yesterday evening before I came here. On Sunday, 4 days ago, on Sunday, my father-in-law went to Beit Lahia with his son and nephew to wait for food arriving through the Zikim aired crossing. Thousands had gathered, desperate for a lifeline. At 8:30 in the morning, an Israeli shell struck the crowd. My brother-in-law and his nephew were among the wounded. They were taken to the hospital, but doctors couldn't operate them until after some hours. When I video called them 2 days ago on Tuesday, I saw someone in the same hospital room with a leg amputated. I didn't recognize him at first. Then a neighbor passed the phone to him. It was Muayyad, my neighbor, pale and thin, a father of two, someone I used to play soccer with. Muayyad once ran a barbecue restaurant with his siblings. Israel destroyed his home, destroyed his restaurant, destroyed our neighborhood, destroyed our city. It killed members of our families, severed Muayyad's leg, and starved his entire family. Now his wife and 2 children are even more desperate, with Muayyad still in the hospital, unable to provide. He told me his leg might have been saved if there had been enough doctors. But the casualties were overwhelming. Too many, too urgent. That same morning, my second cousin, Ali Abu Toha, was shot in the abdomen while waiting for aid trucks. He didn't die immediately. It took an hour to get him to the hospital. Once admitted, his final words were, "Take care of my wife and 5 children." Ali was a father of 5, aged 11, 9, 8, 5, and a year and a half. He wasn't the first loved one and relative I've lost. On October 13th, 2023, an airstrike killed 31 members of my family, 18 children, 6 mothers, and 2 elderly were among them, and a disabled man, my first cousin's husband. Among them was my first cousin, Tahrir Abu Toha, and their 5 children, an entire family erased. On October 9th, 2023, I lost my pregnant cousin, Dua al-Dabash. On October 22nd, my cousin Noor al-Shantaf was killed along with her husband and their 3 children. Only 1 child survived. Another cousin was killed on October 18, 2024, with 14 members of her family. My great aunt, whom I called Grandma, was among them. Her body is still under the rubble. Israel later razed that entire area. On January 17, 2024, after more parents were killed returning home with bread, I wrote this poem. He left his house to buy some bread for his kids. News of his death made it home, but not the bread. No bread, death sits to eat whoever remains of the kids. No need for a table, no need for bread. In recent weeks, my parents have left home for a pack of flour, and many parents have left home for bread, but never returned. Some came back wounded or traumatized. Starvation isn't just about lack of food. It's about denying essential supplies: formula, diapers, medicine, equipment, fuel. Babies don't need flour, by the way. They need care. They need Israel to stop bombing hospital wards and family tents. They need the US to stop sending more weapons, to stop vetoing UN resolutions calling for a ceasefire and release of hostages on both sides. They need the media to stop dehumanizing us. They need no one to defend their killers. Shame on those who do. While human rights groups, UN officials, and genocide scholars have already warned that Israel's actions may amount to genocide. What people in Gaza and all of Palestine need is an end to